Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, I have the following communication to make. I wish to welcome you back to the House after the short recess during the third part of the third session of this third assembly. I take this early opportunity to thank the Almighty for his unending grace upon us. Moreover, I thank you for your respective roles in the recently concluded edition of the County Assembly Sports Association, that is CASA Extravaganza, held in Bungoma County. Your presence and participation were discernibly pivotal for our Assembly's stellar performance, especially in bringing home the tug of war trophy for a third consecutive year where it justly belongs. Honorable members, please join me in applauding all teams and individuals that won, as well as all of us, for our respective roles in the event. Honorable members, away from the sporting activities, I urge each and every one of us to remain steadfast in our respective roles in the discharge of the constitutional mandate of this assembly. It is my sincere hope that this House shall continue to robustly execute its three-pronged mandates of representation, legislation, and oversight with diligence for the welfare of the people of our great county. Honorable members, with regard to the ongoing conversation across the country with regard to good governance and accountability, I implore this House to execute its oversight role to ensure the confidence of the members of the public with regards to government policies, initiative, and projects. I add that you all sanctionally scrutinize all documents that will be submitted to this House by the Executive to ensure that the development agenda of the county government is achieved for the benefit of each and every resident of Nyandarua. Honorable members, allow me to single out the Finance Bill 2024 that will be introduced in this House in the near future, and the annual development plan that is under consideration by the Budget and Appropriation Committee. Let us strive to ensure that we incorporate the voice of our electorate and the intentions of the county executive in consideration of the documents to ensure the best interests of our county. On the legislative law, I urge you members to utilize the expertise of our members of staff in the preparation of various legislative proposals to ensure the needs of our people continue to be addressed effectively for the overall good of this county. I have utmost confidence that you shall use all the tools at your disposal to ensure your electorates are well represented and their respective needs addressed through governance. Honorable members, it is also my hope that this House shall with vigor thoroughly ensure that the county executive and other county government agencies shall operate within the confines of the law while prudently utilizing public resources for the benefit of our people. I implore all committees to ensure that all pending businesses are completed and brought before this House for consideration. Honorable members, it is my desire that this House endeavors to make this county a better place today and for posterity. Thank you, honorable members. Maybe we can have the Honorable Majority Leader lay down the notice paper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to table the following notice paper, line 5th to 6th, November 2024, and today being a Tuesday, 5th November 2024 at 9:30 a.m. We have the following business. Mr. Speaker, I will be having the following papers to be tabled. That is Nyandarua County Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the year, for the period ended 30th September 2024 by myself. I'll also be laying the following paper, tabling the following paper, that is Nyandarua County Revenue Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for the period ended 30th September 2024. I'll also be tabling the following paper, Mr. Speaker, that is Nyandarua County Receiver of Revenue quarterly revenue statements for the period ended 30th September 2024, and still I'll also be tabling the following paper, that is Nyandarua County Executive, State and Public Officers Karun and Mortgage Scheme Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended that is September 2024. Mr. Speaker, I'll also be tabling Nyandarua County Emergency Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 30th September 2024. I'll still also be tabling Nyandarua County Bursary Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 30th September 2024. And still, Mr. Speaker, I'll be tabling the following paper, that is Nyandarua Olkarau Municipality quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 30th September 2024. I'll also be tabling the following paper, that is JM Karaoke Memorial County Revenue Referral Level 4 Hospital quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 30th September 2024. And I'll still be tabling the following paper, that is Junior County Level 4 Hospital quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended September 30th, 2024. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, I'll be tabling Nyandarua County Borosa Sports, Tourism and Conservation Hub Marathon Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended, that is September 2024. On statement, Mr. Speaker, I'll be getting a response to a statements of my Honorable Joyce Wajiru from the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT on status of access of youth, women and persons with disabilities to the government procurement opportunities. And the respondent being Honorable Zachary Mwangijero, Chairperson Finance and Economic Planning. On motions on brief, Mr. Speaker, we'll be getting a motion of the report of the Special Funds Accounts Committee on Nyandarua County Emergency Fund quarterly report and financial statements for the period ended 31st December 2023. And we'll be getting it from Peter David Kiriga, Chairperson Committee, Special Funds Accounts Committee. In the afternoon hours, that is today, Mr. Speaker, we'll be having the following papers, that is Nyandarua County Office of County Attorney Annual Report for the period of 1st July 2023 to 30th June 2024, means by myself. We'll also be getting report of the Committee on Public Accounts and Investment on reports of the Auditor General for the County Civil Servants Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund and Nyandarua County Executive State, that is State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme for the financial years that ended on 30th June 2019, 30th June 2020, 30th June 2021, and lastly 30th June 2022, being sponsored by Honorable Dan Kangeteji Chege, happens to be the Chairman Committee on Public Accounts and Investments. We'll also be getting on motions and bills. We'll be having a motion on the report of the Committee on Education, Children, Gender Affairs, Culture and Social Services on the suitability all others of the person nominated as chairperson and members of the County Alcoholic Drink Control Management Committee and members of Sub-County Alcoholic Drinks Committee, being sponsored by Honorable Peter Gathungu Kamau, Chairperson Committee on Education, Children and Gender Affairs. Tomorrow, Mr. Speaker, being a Wednesday, that is 6th, at 9:30 a.m., we'll be having the following business. We'll be getting, in the morning hours, we'll be getting a statement of status of operations on all the Engineer County Level 4 Hospital and its mortuary, being sponsored by Honorable Stephen Murray, Lady Matimu, MCA, and county member from Olkala Ward. Mr. Speaker, we'll also be getting another business that is on a committee on general oversight, the committee on general oversight on the response to questions by the county attorney, and the sponsor will be the speaker, that is the chairperson committee on general oversight. In the afternoon hours, that is tomorrow, 6th November, on motions and bills, Mr. Speaker, we'll be getting a pronouncement on the revenue raising measures by the county executive member of finance, economic development and ICT, pursuant to section 132 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, and the speaker will be in charge as the chairperson committee on general oversight. On motions and bills, we still will be having another bill, Mr. Speaker, that is Nyandarua County Finance Bill 2024, being sponsored by Honorable Zachary Mwangijero, chairperson finance, economic planning and ICT. And maybe just before I end, Mr. Speaker, if you may just allow me to congratulate members of this County Assembly of Nyandarua who did exceedingly well when we went for the CASA Games. We are very much proud of them, and we are looking forward to better performance in the future because, Mr. Speaker, we have set a very high parameter, mostly on tug of war. We were very much proud. We really appreciated. We enjoyed ourselves as members who went there to cheer the group. We are really happy with the performance. Mr. Speaker, having said that, Mr. Speaker, this notice paper is prepared and published pursuant to standing orders 40 and 41, and I hereby table the said paper. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, the Honorable Majority. The notice paper is duly tabled. Clerk, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, under this order, there are several papers to be laid in this House by the Leader of Majority Party, the Honorable Mwangi Nyaga.
Very well. The Honorable Elijah Mwangi Nyaga, Leader of the Majority Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to table the following papers. That is Nyandarua County Executive Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for the period ended that is September 2024. I also be tabling Nyandarua County Revenue Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended that is September 2024. I'm also be tabling Nyandarua County Receiver of Revenue Quarterly Reports, Revenue Statements for the period ended that is September 2024, and still together I'll also be tabling I'm also tabling the Nyandarua County Executive, that is State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended that is September 2024. And I'm also tabling Nyandarua County Emergency Fund and Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for the period ended that is September 2024. Still, I'm not tabling Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended that is September 2024. And still, Mr. Speaker, I'm tabling your Karam Municipality Quarter Report and financial statements for the period ended 30 September 2024. Still tabling JM Kariuki Memorial County 11 Lifalo Level 4 Hospital Quarter Report and financial statements for the period ended 30th September 2024. Still tabling Engineer County Level 4 Hospital Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended 30th September 2024. And last, I'll also be tabling Nyandarua County Borsa Sports, Tourism and Conservation Hub Marathon Fair Quarterly Report and financial statements for the period ended 30th September 2024. And Mr. Speaker, I hereby table the said papers. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker,
Thank
sir.
you. Yes, Honorable Matimu.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to really thank the majority leader for giving us the notice paper and tabling the papers. But just as maybe a small concern, Mr. Speaker, sir, is I think it's on public domain that the term of the CECs expired. And from the notice paper that you have, I've just heard the majority leader mention to us that the county attorney will be coming here and also the CEC finance. I would wish maybe clarity from the majority leader if the contract of the said CCs has been renewed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Maybe before the Honorable Majority Leader respond to that, I wish to commit these documents to relevant committees, then the Majority Leader respond. Maybe all the documents are duly tabled. I'll start with Nyandarua County Executive Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for the period ended September 30th, 2024. I refer the report to all sectoral committees for compilation of the respective budgetary implementation a report within 45 days. We have the Nyandarua County Revenue Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended September 30th, 2024. I refer the report to the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT, maybe chairperson or maybe the representative. They can inform us how many days they need to report back to the office. Anybody in finance, economic planning? Yes, Honorable Kengori.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the committee chair, Honorable Zachary Jero, Honorable Speaker, I think 60 days are enough.
Thank you, Clerk. Be it on our business tracker within 60 days. Then we have the Nyandarua County Receiver Revenue Quarterly Revenue Statements for the period ended September 30th, 2024. It has been duly tabled. I refer the same to the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT. Maybe Honorable Kingori, the same is enrolled on you. How many days?
The same days are enough.
Thank you.
60
Clerk,
days.
ensure within 60 days. Then D, we have the Nyandarua County Executive, State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgages Scheme Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended, that is 30th September 2024. The report is duly tabled, and I refer the report to the Committee on Special Funds Committee. Maybe chairperson or their representative. Special fund. Yes, Honorable Gashamba.
Thank you, Speaker. 1 month, Mr. Speaker, be enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable Gashamba, Clerk, be it on our business tracker, 1 month. Then we have in Nyandarua County Emergency Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th September 2024, and the same has been duly tabled. And I refer the report to the same Committee of Special Fund. Maybe Honorable Gashamba, you can give us the duration.
Maybe 2 months so that we can be able to compile the board report, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Yeah, Clerk, be it on our business tracker. 2 months. That is 60 days. Then we have Nyandarua County Bursary Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for period ended 30th September 2024. The same has been duly tabled. And I refer the report to the Committee on Education, Children, Gender Affairs, Culture and Social Services. Honorable Gadongo, how long do you need? to report back to the House?
Honorable Speaker, I would seek for 45 days.
Thank you. Clerk, be it on our business tracker within 45 days. Then we have the Olkarau Municipality Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for the period ended September 30th, 2024. I refer the report to the Committee on Lands, Physical Planning and Urban Development. So Chairman or their representative, Committee on Lands. Yes, Honorable Ibra, the whip.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the Chair and the committee, we may request for 45 days.
Thank you. 45 days, Clerk, be it on our business tracker. Then we have JM Kariuki Memorial County Referral Level 4 Hospital Quarterly Report and Financial Statement for the period ended September 30th, 2024. And the same has been duly tabled. I refer the report to the Committee on Health Services. Chairperson or the representative, how long do you need to report back to the House? Yeah. Anybody in Committee on Health? Anybody in the Committee on Health? Yes, Honorable Ibra.
Oh, so is on point of information,
Yes.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
I think we have a member, Honorable Steve.
Yes,
Subcommittee member.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm just a co-opted member at times, but I think in the spirit of the other reports, I think you can give them 45 days so that we can bring the reports together. Thank you, Honorable Matimo. Clerk, within 45 days, ensure they report back to the House. Then,
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
yes, Honorable Nzarara.
Is it in order for a co-opted member to stand for another committee?
Maybe with the discretion of the chair, pursuant to Standing Order number 1, so that is why I allowed him. Nyandarua County, or Borosat Sports, Tourism and Conservation have Marathon Fund Quarterly Report and Financial Statements for the period ended 30th September, that is 2024. The report has been duly tabled, and I refer the report to the Committee on Tourism, Cooperative Development, Trade and Industrialization. Chairperson or their representative. How many days do you need to report back to the House? Do you have anybody representing that committee? The Committee on Tourism, Cooperative Development. Any member? Who is a member of that committee? Yeah. Tourism? Yes, Honorable Kashamba.
Sometimes I'm not very sure I'm in that committee, but Awanyaga is a member of that committee, Mr. Speaker. But I believe we can be able to begin 45 days will be enough.
Yes, a majority. You are a member of that committee. So you concur with Honorable Kashamba. Thank you, Clerk. Within 45 days, ensure the same is presented back. Clerk, we can go to next order. Yes,
I
Majority.
just wanted to respond because Honorable Steve have raised
Oh, sorry, apologies. That escaped my attention. Thank you for
he has
reminding me.
raised a very pertinent issue. On because CC will be coming into this house, whether
And maybe as you proceed, Honorable Majority, does change of position indicate change of anything? Or is just coincident?
it's just
Change of seating position.
I just wanted to familiarize myself with the sitting of this house,
Okay.
because at times you see like Honorable Gideji, he usually sits on this other side, but I don't think it doesn't bring any.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kashamba.
If it is not in the House, I don't know where majority is referring to.
He was there. I don't know. Maybe he has rushed to the room. However, I don't think it's leading.
Yes,
I don't
what is the
think
information,
it's
Honorable Gatongo?
Mr. Speaker, the insurance in this house, which you have procured for the members, that is AR insurance,
should do something to the grasses that Honorable Majority Leader is using. Honorable Speaker, with all due respect, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, noted. Honorable Majority, proceed.
Otherwise, as I was saying, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Steve have raised a very pertinent issue pertaining to whether, because the members ought to have had an extension of their movement as members of the county assembly. Indeed, it's true. The RAPS was on first. That was on 1st November, but I can confirm to this House that most of the members.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Maybe probably we would have allowed the majority to finish.
It is an information, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we are not seeking for extension of the county assembly, as he has mentioned.
Yes.
It is,
Not county,
for
county
purposes
executive members.
Oh, thank you.
CCs.
For handset purposes.
For
Mr. Speaker,
clarity. So there is no way we can have a vacuum in the government. Indeed, it is within the rule, and most of the members that will be appearing in this House, their term has been extended. I can confirm on that. Thank you.
Maybe, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kashamba.
Honorable Majority, that can he be given some more time to elaborate on how much, on how they have been extended? Do you have a statement to show us that the governor has actually extended their term? Because when you tell us that they have been extended, just come clean and tell us the way forward.
Maybe honorable members, from where I sit and from the seat of the chair, I wish to bring your attention to pursuant to Section 31 of the County Government Act, that is 2012. The governor has powers to dismiss and reassign a CEC member. Such a decision has to be communicated to this House. And until such a communication is made to the Assembly, treat all other issues as rumors or unofficial. So far, we have not received any communication to that effect. We can only wait for official communication from the county executive on the same.
Okay,
Thank you,
okay,
honorable
Speaker.
members.
So, honorable Majority Leader should have to withdraw. This is the Honorable House.
We have not received, so far, honorable members, we have not received any communication in regard to that. And therefore, my communication is treat all other issues as rumors until such a time.
Invite the relevant CCs and the county attorney. So just believe my word, as much as it has not been officially been communicated, by the end of the day, we shall receive the said communication. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, but majority,
Mr. Speaker, sir.
you have followed my directions and ruling. Since the Assembly has not received any communication, all those matters should be treated as rumors until such a time receive official communication. Honorable Kayeni, you've been on your toes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is a very captivating discussion early in the morning of the knowledge he may be having, the knowledge he may be having, purporting to be close to the executive, and yet the last time I checked is an MCA like me. But I grant that your position is correct, but this House is fully informed that the government or the cabinet is not properly constituted, and anybody in that office is leaving.
Never forget the fact, with all the knowledge and the experience, a matter to on the floor of the House. The explanation you a matter to on the floor of the House. The explanation you give must be evidenced by evidence by fact. We cannot work on rumors. When you say that we have fact, we cannot work on rumors. When you say that we have a cabinet that is not properly constituted, who constitutes it? What is this reference that you have that tells you that there is a cabinet that is not properly constituted? that is something we can't even allow a discussion on the floor of the House unless the said member clearly brings evidence to show that we have members who may be via contract. That contract, we do not provide that, then we don't even have room for discussion about the same. Because this is not a house where you come with your rumors, what the village was saying in the evening, and then you bring it here, and then you want us to discuss what a village in Githafai was saying. Mr. Speaker, I also believe that the Honorable Member Matimbo also needs to come out clearer. I do not recall a time when the member for Matimbo was sitting with the governor in terms of appointments, where we know that members were appointed and they were appointed for how long, and who signed off evidence of such kind of contracts, whether they expired or not, and whether they are renewed or not, and whether they had a sitting with the governor, maybe a pictorial, a video that shows that they were together and they discussed and agreed on who is going to be doing what, then anything is
another level. And therefore, I walked in a little earlier than the minority leader. And the last time I checked, Honorable Speaker, the majority leader speaks on behalf of the government. The last time I checked, I didn't find anywhere the minority leader usurped the power of the person who is supposed to be knowing how the government works and brings, discussions or debates, purporting that there was no discussion anywhere in Githafai. Honorable Speaker, the last time I checked, the NEC has many roles and responsibilities. One such role is to hold the head high in the sun. The second other responsibility is to do the most intelligent thing, which all of us know as the purpose of the NEC. So we cannot purport to be living in mass when we are fully aware about how this government works. We in this government, the county assembly is part of the county government of Nyandarua. We cannot purport to be naive of what happens in the executive unless we are not conjoined or unless we are not living in this government. So the majority leader to come here and insinuate or display ignorance of what is happening in the government, it's, as far as I'm concerned, disturbing, because I've known him to be a person of knowledge, with a lot of information and knowledge. So today, I am a bit disappointed that he displayed the other part of lack of knowledge, which is negative, on the floor of the House. And I wish he started guided. The majority leader speak on the government, on the behalf of the government, and he knows. And if he comes late, let him seek information first, not to be, waste the time of this Honorable House, going backward and having Honorable Matimbo to tell him what was said before, because he came here late. Thank you.
We can have Honorable Minority, then we come to Honorable Kongu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Of course, we are all seized of the English language and when you use the word ignorance, and I am disappointed that the member for Githafai is also displaying the same. Mr. Speaker, what I was saying is that I am not speaking for government. I'm saying there is a responsibility of fact in what you present on the floor of the House. If the member for Githafai has any documentation indicating that a government is not properly constituted because changes were made, because changes on the executive are not made by a word of mouth, they are made by a word of paper. If in the process of the NEC doing its work, he was able to come across such kind of a document, which is supposed to be a document of this House, he just provides that. That's what I was saying. I was not saying I'm speaking for government. And this government does also not belong to individuals. It is a government for the country of Nyandarua, where all of us have a stake in it, and we have room to exercise our thought, our desire. What I'm simply saying is, can somebody tell us whether there is a CC or not? If he's not the governor, can he present a paper to that effect? Is that simple?
Thank you. Honorable Kongu.
Honorable Speaker, for me, because I want to say something on this matter, just want to think that and understand that Honorable Matimbo is just trying to be adventurous. Because, Honorable Speaker, there is something that distinguishes this House from Bugera Mwananchi, katika Mukoji, or Jivanchi, or somewhere in Wanjohi, at Gumo Hotel, because they are all assemblies of people meeting there, and sometimes they appoint their own speaker, and they have debate. There is something that distinguishes this house from that. This is a house of order and rules. And whenever the governor wants to make a communication to this house, it is well established within the standing order on how the governor should communicate to us, including the majority leader. The majority leader can be wrong. He cannot just raise today and say this and this, because he's the link between us and the executive. Any time that the majority needs to communicate to this house from information from the governor, it is well provided within standing order. Honorable Speaker, and I am very sure because I am part of this assembly, there is nobody here, any member, who is aware of the content of the contract that was signed between the governor and the CCMs. We cannot come here and deal with grapevines, Honorable Speaker. We are not people who consult your media to know what is happening. We are part of government, Honorable Speaker. And I don't think that there is any member who is a party to that contract. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know even whether they have a contract of 2 years or 5 years. That is incumbent to the governor and his cabinet to know such, and maybe the county attorney to know the such content of that document. As far as I'm concerned, I know that the cabinet is fully constituted, it is legal, unless otherwise communicated by the governor to this assembly. But thank you, Honorable Matimu, for just being adventurous and making us happy this morning. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for your guidance and your good ruling.
Thank you, Honorable Kongo. That was on, so clerk, maybe you can proceed to the next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a statement response to be given by Honorable Zachary Mwanginjero, Chairperson, Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT.
Yeah, maybe prior to that, we can have Honorable Sasha who had a statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for granting me this opportunity. First and foremost, I know members do not understand why I have this opportunity to make a personal statement, but this is regards to the eventful weekend that I had. Noting that some of you are aware that I got awarded, which I'm profoundly, honored to have been awarded at the Vanguard Awards 2024. This is an award event organized by the Kenya Young Members of County Assembly. The Kenya Young Members of County Assembly is a forum whereby all the young MCAs in the country from across the 47 counties come together to harness their, to bring their synergies and to harness their power their power in the assemblies and, to maybe put together ideas on how we can amplify our leadership as young people. Mr. Speaker, I want to dedicate this award as the Outstanding NEC Member of the Year 2024 to this Honorable House because of the good support that I have enjoyed from these great members. When the request came first on the nominations, they were very receptive, supportive, and many of them reached out to encourage me to continue pushing forward. And for that, I'm so grateful. So that is why they deserve this award, the dedication to this award in the highest. I dedicate it to them with the utmost openness from the deepest part of my heart. Mr. Speaker, I also dedicate this to my family, my family that have been so supportive in my journey in leadership as a young member of County Assembly, the KYMCA fraternity that has seen it fit to award me this outstanding member. And Honorable Speaker, outstanding is not just a simple word. Outstanding means they have gone to the measures of good, better, and now I'm outstanding. That shows that I fly the flag of this county higher. And Mr. Speaker, I also want to applaud you for the support. As the leader of this Honorable House, I am quite privileged to have such a supportive team led by you, our substantive Speaker. And I want to say that and encourage everybody, let us take up opportunities that, that are out there beyond the confines of this plenary. Let us show ourselves our abilities because whatever you do, and I want to encourage all the young people in this country, in this county, Nyandarua County, whatever you do, people are watching. Put your best foot forward, give your best, whether it's leadership or the responsibility you've been given, give it your best shot. You never know who is watching. For me, I take it as a great honor because it has put me on another level that I feel at most humbled. And I will wish to keep improving and keep, putting it even higher and encouraging young people in this county and beyond that whatever you do, make sure it has an impact around you and make sure it is recognized because you have put the best foot forward. So, Honorable Speaker, thank you. I just needed to, give my appreciation to these great members and also encourage them to support more of the members who are participating. I know very soon we are having a contest in the FKF. Let us support Honorable Lucy Kadogo, and she, focuses on getting the vice. Her name is Honorable Lucy Gidinji. Thank you for that correction. Let us support her as she, vies for that vice president position. This is the only way we can support each other in this house, enhance our leadership, and create a long-lasting legacy as the Nyandarua County Assembly of 2022 to 2027. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sasha. We can have maybe Honorable Kamwana. Yes, if I come to you, Honorable Diaz.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, this morning for giving me this chance and also catching my eye. Honorable Speaker, mine is also a special statement I want to give this Honorable House. Honorable Speaker, I want to most sincerely thank this Assembly and your leadership because of the love and the support that you gave me when I was in some of my darkest days when my mother had passed on. I want to tell this Assembly that I would always feel indebted because of the love that they showed me. I want to say that this is something that should go into the records, that the way you came, in great numbers to come and console me, has been able to let the people from my community understand where I go and how I live with the people around here. Everybody was able to say that they are happy, they could be, and they want so much to be conjoined with this Assembly because of the love that you showed me during that time. Honorable Speaker, every day was a new day because there could pop in a member to come and console us. And when you had said that you come, all of you, on that fateful Tuesday, I want to say thank you so much. And also you showed in great numbers during the fateful day, that is the final day when we are ringing our mother. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. I also want to extend these thanks to the members of staff of this county assembly because they were not left behind. They came in hand with their support, and also they showed up and they came and consulted with my family. I want to say thank you so much and God bless you. As maybe Honorable Speaker, I sit down, I also want to congratulate my comrade or my fellow member, Honorable Sacha, because even she was able to explain that her word was outstanding, and she has been able to differentiate between the other kind of the vocabulary, the difference between good and better, and now to the word outstanding. Honorable Speaker, I'm very happy to come back in this Honorable House, and especially during this morning debate where we have been able to hear well-spoken English by the members who have been accorded this chance. We have been able to see a lot of glossology, or in other words, a lot of glottology, which means the science of the language. A lot of connotation has been given by the members who have spoken before, and we are able to really be very grateful because of this county assembly. I remember, Honorable Speaker, where we were in Bugoma, we could always hear from the members around the stadium that other than having the best team of the tug of war, we also have the best plenary. So our fame is going out there, and we will be able to boast for what you are being done here. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kamwana. Honorable Diaz.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mine was to extend the congratulations to our very own Honorable Sasha Wamai for having such a recognition. And we are proud of you. And I pray that young members of the County Assembly could emulate that and ride on the award. I would urge that you use the award to gain platforms, to bargain for what you believe for. Because at your age, ourselves, we are in the street fighting for the multi-party democracy and also for the new constitution dispensation. And we had no such platforms as then. But now, you are lucky. You belong to a place that you can easily be picked. And such a recognition alone is a great achievement. And I can only congratulate you and urge you to make more effort and to ride on that, and you make it great. I also want to say that this house has become a family, and the way we have been able, like Honorable Kamwana has just said, we have been able to assist one another in difficult times. It has shown that we belong to a family and we have embraced the family. I only urge that the honorable members, we may continue that way, because there is always temptation to disintegrate or even to break up and maybe try to mind our own businesses. But even us, we mind our own businesses. We are called upon to mind the businesses of others and help carry the burdens that sometimes are overwhelmingly heavy to us. And therefore, as a family that has gone this far, so far we are proud. I am proud to belong to this honorable house, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. We can have Honorable Kayeni.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, mine will be very fast, now that I've spoken in so many things. But I have very fast 3 comments to make. Comment number 1, obviously, will be regarding Honorable Kingori Wambugu. The other comment is on Honorable Milka Wajiru, and my team also, Honorable Thuo. And the other comment is on the minority leader, Mwangi Wageshuki. And I will begin with that comment of Mwangi Wageshuki. Of course, on a light note, this time around, I want to say it in this manner, that indeed the achievement by Honorable Shasha is commendable. Why Mwangi Wageshuki comes in? He comes in as the member or the leader that leads the team that Honorable Shasha belongs to. And I would say the achievement of Honorable Shasha cannot be said without also recognizing the role, mentorship role, that Mwangi Wageshuki as a minority leader in that group has played to so that Honorable Shasha has had that platform. It can only be said that it's under the good leadership of the minority leader that Shasha has been able to get to that platform. And to all of us, Honorable Shasha, you've done us proud. This is not the first time, the only time that you've done this. Some of us believes in you so much, and we can always say that the future looks great for you. Keep on the footpath. You are destined for greatness. And again, you must know, a good dancer, they say, knows when to quit the dance. You must also learn in your own way when to leave the minority leadership, so that you can chart your own destiny. Because if you overstay, then you're likely to be misled. Thank you. Regarding Honorable the former Deputy Speaker and the former Majority Leader, the one and only Honorable Kingori Wambogo, I was very passionate when we were discussing the issue of the CC, because we all know that he put his bid, and Honorable Speaker, before we depart here, probably give him an opportunity to tell us whether we have lost the bid or we are still on course, given what has transpired in this Honorable House. And finally, Honorable Speaker, it is worth saying that we did live in the last recess to attend the CASA Games. The achievement by this Honorable House cannot and should not go without a mention. I was lucky or privileged last regime to be the chair for the committee on sport that was coordinating the CASA Games. And I was also a NEC member in the CASA sporting fraternity that coordinated that. It is not a mean achievement that to say that Honorable Kamwana belonged to a group or a team, the Tag of Four, that did Nyandarua proud. And that must not go without mention. The DATS team did exceptionally well, including the other team. I would have expected the committees bestowed with that responsibility to bring that matter and make a pronouncement of the floor of the House regarding the achievement that we made under your leadership, Honorable Speaker, during the just concluded the CASA Games. And finally, Honorable Speaker, I am surprised and a bit worried that the chairman for education does not seem to be in this Honorable House. And if he is, the chairs are taller than him. It's not visible. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kayeni. So maybe to that effect, we can proceed with the response. There was a statement by Honorable Zachary Mwanginzeru, and that was Chairperson, Finance, Economic Planning, and ICT Committee. Yes, Honorable Kingori, I presume you're holding his brief.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Gadongo.
Before we get to that, Honorable Speaker, there are issues which we need clarified, because I'm seated next to Honorable Kingori, and he has some anxiety and some excitement. Maybe he could tell us. I don't know whether it's frustration or excitement, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Kayani has requested so that we can know whether we are bidding him bye-bye from this House, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kingori. What do you have to say about that?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You know, sometimes, no wonder that we have robbed as much. The backstop is the boss. So by the end of the day, he make his communication clear. And in either way, either positive or negative, you take it as such. So therefore, we are there to support the government of the day. And I can't comment much on that, because as I have said, the back stop with the boss, so I can't comment much on it. And Honorable Speaker, also allow me to congratulate my able Vice Chair, Honorable Sasha. I happened to read the Bible, and I came out across another book in the Bible, which has just been mentioned once in the book of Jude. That is the book of Enoch. And in the book of Enoch, Honorable Speaker, it was, or rather it is an ancient Jewish text, and has a very complex cosmology. I realize that, Honorable Speaker, we don't have only one heaven. As per the book, there are 10 heavens. So when somebody tells you that the sky is the limit, he is deceiving you. He is limiting you. So for me, I would tell Honorable Sacha that the sky is not the limit. You have other skies or heavens ahead of you. And we are yearning to see you propelling
and thriving in the position of women. in this
Maybe, Honorable Kingori, can you clarify, are you associating sky with heaven?
Yes, I am associating sky with the heaven, because what we know is that the sky is the blue skies, blue what? Clouds, or either dark clouds. But we don't know what's transpired ahead of it. And from the Bible, you realize what I have just mentioned, that as per the book of Enoch, and you know, Enoch was the great grandfather of Noah. That is the
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Yes, Honorable Kongwe.
I don't know whether it's point of order or clarification. But Honorable Speaker, can he clarify whether he's talking of a book of Enoch in the Bible? Or he's referring to a person called Enoch in the Bible? Because I'm a good student of the Bible and I've never come across a book by the name Enoch in the Bible.
Yes, maybe Honorable Kingori, you can respond to that.
Yes, I just, Honorable Speaker, wish to invite Honorable Kongo to the book of Jude, which has only one chapter. He read it very clearly, and that's, I have just said that Jude mentioned the book of Enoch. And if you go back to the research, you realize that there is a book of Enoch. It's only that it's not captured within the 66 books in the Bible. However, as much if he is a good reader, he can be able to interrogate and look at it and find what is there. So there is a book called the Book of Enoch.
So is it part of the books of the Bible, or it's a book somewhere called the Book of Enoch?
No, it is part of the books of the Bible. And I will emphasize on this. You know, there are people who sat like the way we are here now and agreed they are going to put some books outside the Bible. And that's why they came out with 66 books. Okay? But the other, like the book of Maccabees, the book of Jasher. In fact, the book of Jasher have more history of the Bible other than any other book in the scripture. So therefore, it's good that I am inviting Honorable Kongo to look at it. There is a book of Enoch, the book of Enoch. And in the book of Enoch, we realize that Enoch defined heaven in 7 characters. In fact, 10 characters. 1, 2, 3, up to 7 heaven, and the 10th heaven. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the committee, allow me now to move on behalf of the Committee of the Finance and Economic Planning. And the chair of this committee, Honorable Zachary, I wish Honorable Speaker to move on to the statement that was sought by Honorable Joyce Munywa. And Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of the standing order number 46-2A, Honorable Joyce Wajiro Munywa sought information from the chairperson of the Finance Economic Planning ICT Committee on status of access to youth, women, and persons with disability to government procurement opportunities. And Honorable Speaker, there are questions that Honorable Joyce raised in regard to this statement. And the first question was the committee to provide the following. 1, a list of all beneficiaries of the access to government procurement opportunities. That is AGPO program detailing 1, the past 3 financial year, near financial 2021-2022, 2022-2023, 2023-2024. 2, copies of procurement plans where the 30% threshold for AGPO opportunity had been
set aside in the respective financial years. 3. A breakdown of the respective AGPO-related programs and individuals, that is youth, women, and PWDs, and the proportion of service they have offered, their respective wards, the procurement categories where AGPO opportunities were made available to them, and the value of the said works, supplies, and or services. 4. The proof of compliance of respective directors of the said companies and all groups with the requirements of AGPO, detailing a comprehensive list of the description. And 5, a report of the percentages of compliance with the AGPO program in every financial year, that is financial year 2021-2023, 2022-2023, 2023-2024, for every department. B, proof of compliance with Section 157 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015, as aforementioned with regard to the payment for services and or contract to respective enterprises or groups. C, a report on the measures and or guidelines put in place to facilitate affirmative action for disadvantaged groups in accordance with the Constitution, including protection from the requirement of tender securities. D, a report on any charges, if any, that the county executive and respective departments are facing in ensuring the implementation of the AGPO program in Nyandarua. And E, a report on measures taken or plans that have been put in place to address the challenges, if any, and to create awareness to respective groups and or individuals within the AGPO-related brackets on the existence of such opportunities for them. Madam Speaker, allow me now go directly to the response to this statement. And the committee has as this response. Madam Speaker, a list of all beneficiaries of the access to the government procurement opportunities AGPO program detailing the past 3 financial year, that is namely 2021 to 2022, 2022, 2023, 2023, 2024, and the summary is hereby. The number of the contractors on PWD, that is financial year 2021-2022, was 8. The number of contractors of women the very same year was 90. The number of the contractors of on youth was 91. 2022-2023, the number of the contractors of PWDs were 10. Women were 60. Youths 85. And Honorable Speaker, the 2021-2022, the total value of the contract was 414,331,214 Kenya shilling. 2022-2023, the total value of the contract was 298,150,201. 2023-2024, the number of contractors on PWDs were 10, women 121, youths 122. The total value of the contract was 532 million and shillings, totaling all was, or rather is, 1,242,988. So a list of the 3 financial year is an annexed
2021-2022, Annex 1A, 2022-2023, Annex 1B, and 2023-2024, Annex 1C. Honorable Speaker, I have the annexes with me here. When we retire, Honorable Speaker, from this, you allow me, Honorable Speaker, to furnish Honorable Joyce with the copies. For confidentiality, we may not be able to take it to anyone. Then she will be able to take them back. But I have them here. On year 2021-2022, Procurement Plan Summary Annex 2A has as follows: the department plan number of items and procurement plans. Agriculture, fisheries and livestock, we have the plan number 21434. Number of items is 87. Procurement plan total 66 million and some few shillings above. Department of Education, Culture and Arts, number of items is 37, and the procurement plan was, or rather, is 81 million and some few shillings above. Health, that 3 number of items, procurement plan total 501 million and some few shillings above. Lands, housing and physical planning, number of items 100, and the procurement plan total 57 million and some few shillings above. Youth, sport, gender and social services is 60, number of items, procurement plan total 298 million and above. Industrialization, trade, cooperative and urban developments, number of items is 74, procurement plan total 279 and some few shillings above. Roads, public works and transports, number of items 92, procurement plan total 835 million and some few coins above. Water, environment and natural resources 57, number of items, and procurement plan 361 million. Finance and economic planning 77 items. Procurement plan 92 million. Information, communication and e-governance 51, number of items, and procurement plan 30 million. Office of the Governor 39, procurement plan 45 million. Legal and public service 10, that is number of items, and procurement plan 52 million. Public service board 13, number of items, and procurement plan is 11 million. Honorable Speaker, on financial year 2022-2023 procurement plan summary, procurement plan number is indicated. Number of items on agriculture is 85 with a procurement plan of 81 million. Education, culture and arts 51 items and procurement plan that is 130 million. Health 49 number of items and procurement plan is 577 million. Lands, housing and physical planning, number of items is 117 and procurement plan is 65 million. Youth, sport, gender, social services is 53, number of items, and the procurement plan is 87 million. Industrialization, trade, cooperative and urban development, number of items is 83, and the procurement plan is 224 million. Roads, public works and transport, 44 number of items, and the procurement plan is 610 million. Water, environments and natural resources, the number of items is 37,
and the procurement plan is 447 million. Finance and economic planning is 67 numbers of items, and the procurement plan is 54 million. Information, communication, and in-governance, number of items is 36. The procurement plan is 14 million. Office of the governor, the item plan is 39, and the procurement plan is 46 million. Legal and public service, the number of items is 9, and the procurement plan is 29 million. Public service board, number of items is 12. Procurement plan is 7.8 million. County Secretary's office, number of items 25, and the procurement plan is 109. The year 2024 procurement plan summary, that is, it is annexed in Annex 2C. Agriculture, fisheries, and livestock, the number of items is 115. Procurement plan total is 168 million. Education, culture, and arts, number of items is 47. Procurement plan is 185 million. Health, 39 number of items. The procurement plan is 279 million. Land, housing, and physical planning is 119, and the procurement plan is 107 million. Youth, sport, gender, and social services, 22 number of items, and procurement plan is at 6 million. Either association, trade, cooperative, and urban development, number of items is 73. Procurement plan is 262 million. Roads, public works, and transport, number of items is 53. Procurement plan is 801 million. Water, environment, and natural resources department, number of items is 47. Procurement plan is 458 million. Finance and economic planning, number of items is 69. Procurement plan is 50 million. Office of the governor is 32. And the procurement plan is 44 million. Legal, that is the office of the county secretary. Number of items is 9. The procurement plan is 27 million. Public service, HR management, number of items is 25, and the procurement is 147 million. Public service board, number of items is 11, and the procurement plan is 5.3 million. Honorable Speaker, a breakdown of the respective related groups and or individuals, youths, women, and PWD, at the proportion of the service they have offered. The respective wards, the procurement categories where ample opportunities were made available to them, and the value of the said work, supply, and all services. By a tender notice that is inviting application for registration of suppliers, contractors, and service provider for the supply of goods, works, and provision of service for the financial year 2022-2023 and 2023-2024. Honorable Speaker, we have another cadre of the category A, supply and delivery of goods. And Honorable Speaker, if you allow me not to read this one, but it is well indicated, whereby, Honorable Speaker, we have the tender description and the target group. We have the categories of the open and the one that is reserved for youths, women, and PWD. Honorable Speaker, protect me from Honorable Kiru Washomba. He is used to bully members, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kiru Gashoma, what is the issue?
There is no issue, my Honorable Speaker. It's only that I'm whispering to him to get the recommendations.
I think it is not right to interrupt another member as he gives his response, since the speaker is not complaining.
Honorable
Let's
Speaker, no wonder that the member is aware of the rules and procedures of this Honorable House. Every member should address the Honorable Speaker, but not directly to the other member. You forgot that, Honorable Speaker.
Well noted.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So category B, we have the supply of goods and services, where, Honorable Speaker, we have the open and the reserved. You have the open for the targeted groups and reserved. And Honorable Speaker, we have already indicated the one that are open and the one that are reserved for youths, women, and PWD. Category C, the very same thing has happened. And simultaneously, category D1 has also been indicated. And specifically for D, it is for open to all. That means it is not necessarily reserved for the youths, women, and PWD. On our findings, Honorable Speaker, the committee learned that the classification of target group is a determination of the department in consolidation of the amount involved and the frequencies of the tender. And Honorable Speaker, we have already indicated the number of contractors of PWDs, that is 2022, 2023, 2024. The same case applied to the women, and the same case applied to the youths. Honorable Speaker, during pre-qualification of suppliers, minimum criteria are to demonstrate the capacity, willingness, and commitment to engage with the institution. Therefore, it is not possible to identify the supplier by the word they hail from. More so, a company is an artificial person where the director may hail from different locations, and it is identified by the county of incorporation, the registered office, or from where the annual general meetings is conducted. Honorable Speaker, the proof of compliance of respective directors of the said companies and or groups with the requirement of Act for detailing a comprehensive list of description and the names and categories of directors are and their respective AGBO certificate number as issued by the National Treasury are as reported in Annex 1A, Annex 1B, and Annex 1C. On a report of the percentage of compliance with the AGPO programs in every financial year, 2021, 2022, 2022, 2023, and 2023, 2024, for every department. A summary of proportion of service offered as outlined in Annex 1A, 1B, and 1C. It is hereby. That is, person with disability, Honorable Speaker, financial year 2021-2022 was 1.7%. 2022-2023 was 2.2. 2023-2024 was 1.4. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, chronologically, Honorable Speaker, you look at it, the total per year, financial year 2021-2022 was 32.7%. Financial year 2022-2023 was 32.3%. And financial year 2023-2024 was 30.4%. It means, Honorable Speaker, the procurement directorate has already satisfied as per the law, which is the minimum is 30%. Already we have, the department has already surpassed the minimum threshold. On proof of compliance with Section 157 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015, as aforementioned, with regard to payment for services and or contract to respective enterprise or other groups, the payment status of individuals project based on completion is as reported in Annex 1A, 1B, and 1C. Honorable Speaker, a report on the measures and or guidelines put in place to facilitate affirmative action for disadvantaged groups in accordance with the Constitution, including protection from the requirements of tender securities.
One, the county government of Nyandarua, as part of its procurement planning processes, allocates more than the minimum 30% of all procurement opportunities to disadvantaged groups in various categories of supplies, works, and services. Two, as part of preference and reservation procurement plan, the county government identifies project supply that are less complex and more suitable for such groups and reserves the same for them. Three, preference groups are also exempted from the providing bid security that would otherwise discourage them from the bidding process and are alternatively required to fill in a form of tender securing declarations, and it is indicated in Annex 3. 4. The county government Nyandarua carries out a continual registration process for disadvantaged groups to update the existing lists of registered supplier contractors and consultants in the various categories of goods, work, or services. Honorable Speaker, on question D, that is a report on any challenges, if any, that the county executive and respective department are facing in ensuring the implementation of the AGPO program in Nyandarua, and 1, lack of adequate capital financing to complete awarded projects, leading to late completion, which in turn affect the payment process, or failure to completely implement the awarded project, leading to termination of contract. Number 2, capacity challenging in implementation of some works, projects that might require more technical skills, for example, bridges and some water projects. E, a report on measures taken or plans that have been put in place to address the challenges, if any, and to create awareness to respective groups and or individuals within the AGPO-related brackets on the existence of such opportunities for them. The county government of Nyandarua has, for the current financial year, allocated a higher percentage of procurement opportunities to disadvantaged groups than the previous 3 financial year. We also plan to publicize the opportunities through the public procurement information portal to have a wider reach to the target audience. Honorable Speaker, that is the response as per the statement from Honorable Joyce Wajiro Munywa. And Honorable Speaker, I would now suggest you allow the member to find out whether she is satisfied or not. But okay, that is the finding from the Committee of the Finance and Economic Planning. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ferdinand, for that good and well articulated report. I want to ask the seeker of the statement, Honorable Joyce Munywa, are you satisfied with the response?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also want to thank the committee for the effort that they did in submitting the report. As to whether I'm satisfied or not, I believe, I think what the committee did, they just basically forwarded the report that they received from the executive, and some of the pertinent questions that that I personally didn't need it, has been swept under the carpet in the information that information is not for the preview or is not part of what is expected as per procurement. One of the things that Madam Speaker had requested about was something about a proof of compliance of the respective directors and the said companies and groups with the requirements of AGPO, detailing a comprehensive list of description. I know what has happened in the report, as they have indicated. They have the AGPO registration numbers, and they have also indicated that that is as per what is provided by the Treasury. So as far as going back, as per the proof, that has not really happened. And the other most important question that I had asked was about the breakdown of the respective ACPO-related groups, individuals, youth, and in proportion to their respective wards procurement categories. And I know this has been responded, but the response has basically indicated that is not one of the requirements of the committee, or that is not one of the requirements of the maybe the procuring entity, because the response has indicated that they only check the criteria on how to demonstrate capacity, willingness, and they don't go into details as far as where the directors reside, whether are they directors from maybe any ward in the county. But I had also had the opportunity of going into the details. I've looked at the annexes that the member was the one who was presenting of the on behalf of the chair of the committee has indicated. And one of the things that I've really noted, if you check on the page, that's where they listed the 28 companies, contractors. That's on page 15. One of the findings where we say for the, I'm basically maybe zeroing on persons with disability. When I check in the year 2021, 2022, we can tell out of maybe for the 3 years, we have 28 contractors, number of contractors of PWD for the 3 years, against what we call 271, where there are groups or contractors that are women, and 298. So basically, we can basically even be asking ourselves, is this a fair distribution of this? And then going into details about even who are these 28 contractors. Madam Speaker, if you go into the annex, you'll find in total we have less than 10 in all of them. There are just 10 individuals that have been circulating over the years, the same people. So the question I ask myself, does the procurement department even have the list in what I call deliberate effort to ensure that there is compliance, or are we doing the bare minimum of that percent? Who are these 30% that we are giving these opportunities? And we also need to ask ourselves, why was this regulation of 30% indicated here? The purpose was to ensure access to government procurement opportunities for these marginalized groups so that they are able to be economically empowered. So there was a reason for this. So the question I ask, is this fairly done between the 3 categories? That's the youth, the women, and the persons with disability. And there was a deliberate effort where I even asked about the challenges, why this is not happening. Because as they say, on the ground, things are different. I can basically tell you for a fact. On the ground, especially on persons with disability, things are different. Many of them have been applying for these opportunities over the years, especially even over the 3 years that I have been their representative. And it is not happening. Just a clique of them, directors. And that was the reason we were asking for why we were asking for proof. We were asking what is it that even the department is doing. Maybe initially persons with disability may not have known about these opportunities. But I also want to bring this to the door of the department, the respective department. That's the Department of Education, Social Services, Gender, because that's where disability falls in. And I know this is one of their key performance indicators. What have they done about economic empowerment of persons with disability as regards even these opportunities that are in this county? Have they even tried to educate the people? Have they even tried to inform them about these opportunities, or even ensure that even the opportunities in that department are given to this category, so that we don't basically come and just provide, yes, we are at 32%, but who are these people that are getting these opportunities? So for me, I needed more. What the committee has done, they have just provided a generic response, and we basically we'll go through it, and then we stop at the department and find out what are they doing as far as this is concerned, because I would even have preferred that they have even given us a list of these people, or they tell us these people have not been doing the application. But I say we move with what we have as I look about what is it that we can be able to do better, and to ensure that these categories in this county actually access these opportunities, and they also are part and parcel of the community in Nyandarua. I've said previously in most of these other responses. You see, Madam Speaker, if you check, I've done a summary for the 3 years. Youth out of the 32, I think it's 33%, doing an average for the 3 years. The youth are at 13.13%. That's an average. Women are at 16.63%. Persons with disability, they are not even within the 2%. And I know, I've been trying to get that. I know there is a circular that basically, even within the 30%, it actually provided something that at least 2% must be given to persons with disability. I'm here to get this because it's one of the performance, what they call the performance indicator that is expected there. But I think we can do more as a county. And for me, I think because I'm in that committee, I believe one of the things that we are going to do is to be able to ask the department what is it that they are doing to ensure deliberate effort for compliance to the law. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Joyce, for that in-depth scrutiny on the document. And my question is, do you think you have substantive issues towards the committee, or the response that they have received is well? They have, because I think the committee has reported what they were given from the executive. Or do you think these you can maybe propose a motion on the floor, because some of these things look like they are policy or implementation issues?
Madam Speaker, that's what I said. I will consult more to find out how else can we be able to get more information. But what has happened, because they have said that information is not what procurement is supposed to get, yeah? So I will look at this and be able to find out, is it in form of a motion, or is it in form of an additional statement that we can be able to get to be able to ensure that we have information that is actionable. If you find what I see here, they're just findings based on what they got a response from. So let me consult further and find out the next course of action as far as that is concerned. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Joyce. I think that is well noted. Please proceed and take the rightful route. So next order, clerk.
And maybe, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Speaker.
All right, the Honorable DS is standing. Kindly, Honorable.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mine, first of all, is to congratulate the statement seeker, Honorable Joyce Munywa, and as an able representative of persons with disability, and also to thank the committee for coming up with a report that has exposed a lot of insight, has given a lot of insight concerning the statement sought. Honorable Speaker, I wish to comment that the response is very important, and satisfaction of the response is as important as much. I want to draw the committee for further investigations and also food for thought as Honorable Joyce seeks and the House seeks to advance the interests of the persons with a disability. And I want to draw on the challenges, a report on challenges that the county executive and respective departments are facing in ensuring the implementation of the AGPO program in Nyandarua. And one, as it has been cited, lack of adequate capital financing to complete awarded projects, leading to late completion, which in turn affects the payment process, or failure to completely implement the awarded project, leading to termination of contract. Honorable Speaker, this is truth. There has been a mounting challenge, especially on capital, and owing to the fact of the fact that there are a lot of economic challenges in the county and in the country at large. I believe the department concerned, I believe the Department on Education, Children, Gender, people need to be considered differently from other borrowers. Because, for example, in my ward, there is a project that was awarded to persons with disability. And actually, it is on the verge of being cancelled because it didn't take place. We budgeted for the project, it was awarded, but it was not implemented. Honorable Speaker, this is a need. And I believe we have to, unless the commercial banks are brought to the awareness of this, it may not happen because they may be willing, they may be having an adjustable policy for borrowing for such category of people, but who is to tell them? I believe it is the duty of the department, and I believe this should be brought forward because it is very disheartening when a person who is challenged otherwise that has fought to get the TEDA and has gotten the TEDA and cannot implement it because there are no favorable terms to them, especially to them, so that they can access to these funds. And I believe as a county, if we do care, we need to come up with a policy also to show that if the banks relax their rules and they are able to adjust their policies so that they can access funds, maybe just at the showing of the LSO or the LPO, then the county on return must give a guarantee that such payments shall be given priority and shall not go to pending bills. Because that way we will be seen to care. Because these are our people, these are a reality that we live with them in the community, and that they need our assistance so that it can compensate for the kind of challenges they are facing, because we know they are able differently, and it is a disability that must be compensated by the society so that they can be brought to the level of competition with the rest of the entrepreneurs. So with that, Honorable Speaker, I believe as a house, we should be able to push the department through either a bill or a motion such that we are able to help them from the awareness to the implementation and actually to the payment of the TEDAs awarded. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, for that very, very rich recommendation and solution-based contribution. I now give the floor to Honorable Commissioner Ashomba.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I raise to Madam Speaker. It is Madam Speaker, not Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker, I raise support the statements that were echoed by the sake of this motion. Statement, rather, that Mr. Speaker, that Section 157 of the Public Procurement and Disposal Act is very clear on how Mr. Speaker procure the contracts that are being awarded to the youth and women with persons with disabilities and all that. And Mr. Speaker, it is very clear that the report that has been generated by the committee it is not, it is generic. It doesn't have what it takes to satisfy the seeker of this motion. And the law is very clear on this matter. Mr. Speaker, the categories that are being provided by the government and the policies that are there and anchored by the law, in the law, it is a matter of implementing fully. And we have the chair of the implementation committee. It's not something we need to beat about the bush. Let us not hide our heads under the sand. It is very clear, the law is very clear on how those categories should be provided in the law. Mr. Speaker, the executive and those people who procure those tendering and all that, make sure they follow the law to the letter. Because the law is there to guide us an assembly. You don't have to lament all the time when we come to this assembly. Why should we do that? We have a government, we have the department that is concerned to cater for the youth. If I had clearly that if they were allocated disabilities, is less than 1% of the total procurement that were done. If God they used it was less than 2%. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, you can't allow this. Let the committee on the implementation to get up, wake up from their slumber, and follow up the matter, and give this honorable house the respect that is there, so that we are here to present our people. Those people who are outside here, the disability, the youth that will not be able to get into this honorable house. That's why we are here, to represent them and make sure that what is in the law has been implemented to the latter. So I agree that this report is not fully, it is generic. Can we have other mechanisms of how Mr. Speaker will be able to tackle it, so they can be able to give them their dues? Madam Speaker, those few remarks, I really appreciate the sake of the motion and to keep it up in future, what she's spearheading to do for this county. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Gashomba. That is a good, it needs to be looked into. That's a very good suggestion that the implementation committee chair is on his feet. Maybe to add to that, on the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Let me say, Madam Speaker, is only that I respect my senior colleague, Honorable Gashomba. That is why I did not seek a point of order or that of information. He said that the committee is in slumber. It is not fair to say when we are seated next to him as the chairman of the most powerful committee in this assembly. But let me concur and say that at other times we are not able to act when we do not have this information. And I think that now one of us, Honorable Joyce, has been able to seek this information, and we can be able to see the glaring gaps that cuts across our activities that happen on day-to-day basis and that requires implementation. The committee is equal to task, and we'll be able to look into this matter. How, Honorable Madam Speaker, I wish that as she has reiterated, that after consultation she'll be able to either decide to bring it as a motion or another joint statement. But I know this matter will come to our committee and we'll be able to tackle head-on with the implementers who are not being able to go by the rules that are supposed to be adhered to. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Kamwan. I think that's a good way forward. I believe after the consultation, we'll be able to come up with the best, way to progress. My Honorable Chair, Honorable Ednard.
Thank you. I have heard what the members have stated, more particular to the seeker of the motion. And I would tell her that already we have, though it's a generic report, true it's generic, but now we have the low data. Before, this assembly has no low data where we can put our reference from, but then from now we can move on. And as a committee, I would suggest that we shall proceed on and get the true findings from this report. However, as much, I would request, just as what the implementation committee has stated, that now he can take it up. And, our standing orders has regulations
whereby the report of this Honorable House, resolutions of this Honorable House within 60 days, the Committee on Implementation can be able now to come back to this Honorable House and come up with a formidable report. So I would expect Honorable Kamwana, together with his committee, that he take up from here and then within 60 days, come back to this Honorable House with a more progressive and comprehensive report to the House. Honorable Speaker, I like the zeal and the energy that Honorable Joyce Munyu has, more particularly when she is fighting for the people, PWDs. I like the way she fights for it. And let's assure you, Honorable Joyce, as an assembly, and more particularly, I personally have respect to that effect, and I will support you to the fullest. I will support you. There's something that she has suggested and require more research on it, where she says, that is on page 15, that the number of the contractors on PWDs, they are 10, and if you look at it, this number, it is same from each and every financial year. And he has stated that the ground is different. Why is it different? Maybe there are people who are lamenting there who normally use to tender for this contract, and obviously for no reason, or maybe for reasons, these contracts are awarded to the few and choosy, and more particularly, they are known. That implementation committee should find out whether it is true, and if it is true, let's announce them and come out with a report here so that we'll be able to know who are these people awarded every now and then the tenders, if there is, for the PWD. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Endidad, for those remarks. It is good to note that there is goodwill in this House from the relevant committees and also from the members. And I believe we will progress so well if we are able to tackle these glaring issues pertaining the young people, PWDs, and women in this county. Clerk, next order.
Order number 8, motions and bills. Madam Speaker, we have a motion to be moved by Honorable Peter Denji Kerega, the Chairperson, Special Funds Accounts Committee.
Honorable Peter Denji Kerega, or any representative to that regard. Honorable Gashomba, are you standing for him? Okay, Vice Chair. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the Committee on Special Fund Account was mandated by this Honorable House to get out and come up with a report, or rather a statement, of the county emergency funds for the financial year 2023, for the year ended 31st December 2023. Madam Speaker, the report is very clear on how the funds were utilized. Madam Speaker, the emergency fund is for the unseen anniversaries. That's why in the PFMU Act is very clear on the same. The usage of this fund, it must have prudency in terms of its usage and all that, Madam Speaker. And you are aware, Mr. Speaker, that the county executive was given some amount of money by this Honorable House. And Madam Speaker, if you get to the analysis of the financial information, Madam Speaker, the total revenues for the funds amounted to Kenya shilling 40,020,553, which consists of Kenya shilling 40,000,000 as transfers from the county government and 120,553 as levers payments. Total expenses for the financial year that amounted to 13,273,144, which is reported as a use of goods and services. The surplus for that period was 26,847,410. Madam Speaker, you see the uses of goods and services as distributed in the table below. We have the payments of the category, and we have the first quarter, the second quarter, and you get the totals and also the percentages are there, Mr. Speaker. We get the fire tragedies assistance that was given out, repair and maintenance, medical and burial expenses that are there, and further, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, you get the breakdown of the expenses as stipulated in the table below on page 13. The beneficiaries, the first tragedies in every ward, an amount that were allocated to every person. Madam Speaker, the committee observation is very clear that the payments for this year ended 30th December 2023 are actually they follow the PFMA Act 2012. The hearings, the law was very clear, even the regulations that were followed. So this is the first time we have to appreciate and congratulate this government for coming up with such a report that has actually met the requirement that are there in the law, in the PFMA Act 2012. And levers payments, Mr. Speaker, under the statement of the financial year performance was an amount of 120,553 was reported as levers payments. However, Madam Speaker, this amount was not even didn't reflect in the bank statement. This is some concern, and that's why, Mr. Speaker, our members of the committee observed that, and that's why, Mr. Speaker, we are appealing that in future, any drop of any statements that will not maybe concur with the payments that will be drawn from the county revenues, Mr. Speaker, will not be admissible. Mr. Speaker, the levers payments under that date 2 the 2nd February 2023, we have the checking number, the payment number, and the amount that were allocated. In the table below, it is very clear on how, Mr. Speaker, they were processed. Statement of comparison of the budget actuals and amount for the period that the year ended, that is December 2023. Madam Speaker, the scrutiny of the statements of the comparison of the budget and actual amount for the period ended that first 2023 revealed that the total income for the fund was 100% realized. So, Mr. Speaker, there was no wastage, there were no money that was not dispersed, so it was 100%. Kenya shilling 13,273,144 was the actual expenditures for the period under review, which represent about 30% of the total estimated expenditure. Madam Speaker, you get the description of the transfers from the county government, other incomes, expenses, and general expenditures. The original budget for the last financial year, the adjustments that were made, and the final budgets, the actual uncomparable in terms of the basis. And Mr. Speaker, the percentage in terms of utilization is very clear. And finally, Madam Speaker, the recommendation that the FAD accounts ensure the reference to fiscal years, be careful to cross-check to ensure accuracy and prevent confusion in future financial reporting and hearing, and hence the accountability for future reference. And two, that this House adopt the report of the Special Fund account report on the financial statement of the County Emergency Fund for the period ended 1st December 2023, and the recommendation therein as a resolution of this honorable House. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, the Committee on Special Funds account has diligently conducted a comprehensive review of the financial statements of the Nyandarua County Emergency Fund. This thorough examination underscores our commitment to ensuring the highest standard of financial management and accountability in the county. Moving forward, Madam Speaker, it is essential to continue prioritizing the integrity and transparency of the Nyandarua County Emergency Fund. We are hopeful that there will be adoption of the best practices in financial oversight and the implementation of the robust monitoring mechanisms to strengthen the fund's management. Madam Speaker, we trust that this report will serve as a foundation for improved financial management practices and contribute to the betterment of the county emergency response. And this is the report, Mr. Speaker, that has been forwarded by the Committee on the Strategy Fund. It is very clear that the funds were used within the provision of the law, that the prudence was found, was applied, and efficiency was also witnessed in terms of disbursement of those funds to the needy people. You are aware that this fund to things that are not budgeted and unforeseen, tragedy, fire, and all those calamities. That's why we have this fund, and the fund was used prudently within the law. And Madam Speaker, I don't have much to add on this, just to appreciate the Committee on Special Fund. Also, my chairman was actually proven to be the chair of this committee. It's the first time, Madam Speaker, to have such a fund being utilized in such a manner that we don't have many problems in it. It was 100% prudent used, and the beneficiaries benefited to the latter. So, Madam Speaker, we appreciate the committee and also the county assembly for the support that you have given us as we continue to do these commendable duties that has been bestowed to us by our people. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I beg to call upon Madam Joyce to second this motion. And before that, Madam Speaker, I want to appreciate you for having nominated as one of the award for the next member in this county, in this country. So, Madam Speaker, I wish you well. As you move forward, make sure that you are doing this for the benefit of our people and for the nation, and make sure that you continue to serve our Jubilee Party, because that is on a provision of the Jubilee Party will be seen where in the maps of this republic. Let us not involve ourselves in making some holidays for just one person to have a holiday, and jobless many youths that are returning the street without no jobs. We appreciate that this award is not for you, it is for this county, but you can benefit for it. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I wish to call Honorable Joyce to come and second this report. Thank you, and I beg to move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner Shomba. And I really appreciate that message and congratulatory message from you. It's quite an honor, and not dwelling into the party issues, I am still loyal to the reason I'm in this house. And the motion is duly moved. I wish to call the seconder, Honorable Joyce, to second the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also like to support this motion on the County Emergency Fund for financial period ended 31st December 2020. Rather too long to be paid. Of course, we have been, we got the communication that, of course, the contractors must initiate the payment for the final payment to be done. So that was one of the only concern we had on this. So, Madam Speaker, I second.
Thank you for the brief and a clear seconding. Anyone who wish to contribute? Oh, yeah. Before I give you that opportunity, let me propose the question that this House does adopt the report of the Special Funds Accounts Committee on the Nyandarua County Emergency Fund report and financial statements for the period ended December 1st, 2023 as a report of the House, and the recommendations therein as the resolutions of the House. Honorable Kamwana, you caught my eyes.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, mine is very retro. I'm a member of this committee, first and foremost, and I really want to thank ourselves and on behalf of our chairman, because as our vice chair has been able to say in front of these houses that there before we have been having a lot of mistakes done by the people who do this report, and this is the executive and especially the Department of Finance, but due to our oversight and our strict check, they have been able to improve, and now that the report before this house is a bit accurate kind of a document. Honorable Speaker, as I always urge my fellow honorable members, it is good that they have time to look at this document, and more so because they have the information that we as the members of County Assembly do not have a big role in the issue of emergencies. It is good that they check all the time to see that whether issues that have been coming up from their wards, whether they have been considered or whether they are, or even how it has been treated. So it is upon the members to follow with the ward administrators and of course the sub-county administrators to see that the issues that emerge from their areas are well addressed, because sometimes we see as there are discrepancies on how some other wards are able to receive awards, although we know that the issue of emergencies may happen anywhere, but of course it's good for members to check on this. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you for your contribution, Honorable Kamwana. Anyone else? The mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Madam Speaker, I support our honorable members for supporting this motion. This motion, Madam Speaker, is I want just to appeal to the county government that in future they need to add some more funds in the budget for those unforeseen cases. We know there are many and they need to be attended to. So I'm appealing even to the budget committee when we are trying to appropriate funds to the departments. We make sure that this fund be appropriate more fund so that we can be able to cater for those problems that are many. In fact, there are many. Few the kind of fire tragedies that are between near in this county, and I'm Speaker, there are quite many. Also, the people who have problems in the hospitals and all that, and other things that are unforeseen. Madam Speaker, bridges that are being flooded by the floods, there are many. So, Madam Speaker, I will just appeal to the county government that in future they need to appropriate more funds, that kitty, that can be able to do more for the betterment of our people. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I beg to leave. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner. I now put the question, which is that this House does adopt the report on the Special Funds Accounts Committee on the Nyandarua County Emergency Fund Report and financial statements for the period ended December 31st, 2023 as a report of the House and the recommendation therein as the resolutions of the House. May those of a similar opinion say aye. May those of a contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
Madam Speaker, we've exhausted the business as indicated in the morning sessions order paper.
All right, there being no other business to transact under this sitting, I now adjourn the House to Tuesday, the 5th day of November 2024 at 2:30 p.m.